will be polling because the polling time was at 6 o'clock, and all those standing in the queue till 6 p.m. That figure will come to us, and as we get the information, we'll share the information with you. Elections were conducted in a peaceful manner across 94 assembly constituencies in 17 districts of Bihar. By-elections were also successfully held in 54 seats across 10 states of the country. The electoral exercise going on in the country at this time is by far the largest exercise in the world to be conducted amid the pandemic. The election is not only a litmus test of our comprehensive and advanced planning mechanism and robust electoral procedures, but also a test of faith of people at large, as we had the challenging task of balance and health of our voters with the democratic right to exercise their franchise. The vote had to be saved, and the voter had also to be kept safe. In the first phase of election, the voters of Bihar had reposed their trust in the Election Commission of India, and the stringent safety measures established in the polling places by coming out in large number of voters. The voters' turnout in the first phase had been exceptionally good. The voters' turnout has further continued, and the confidence level of the voters has been much more in this phase. I am sure that it will be much better even in the third phase of Bihar. So, buoyed by the safe conduct of the elections on 28th, the voters have again displayed their tremendous enthusiasm as they overcame the fears of COVID and came out to exercise their franchise. I take this opportunity to thank all the voters who have made this election successful and meaningful. My special thanks to our senior citizens, persons with disabilities, women, for coming out in large number, undeterred by the difficulties or the personal circumstances. My sincere thanks to all the security personnel from CPF, police and others who have accomplished this strenuous task of maintaining law and order and instilling confidence among the voters. Our special observers, general observers, police and expenditure observers have worked day in and out to make the poll a success today. Our very special thanks to Chief Electoral Officer Bihar, all the district election officers, all the district police officers and their entire teams who have made these elections peaceful and successful. Our thanks goes to all the electoral machinery in the field up to the BLO level and the poll volunteers who have assisted the commission in conducting the election. So the responsibility of conducting election was a difficult and demanding one, but however the officials have carried out this task with courage and conviction. I also thank the media, both print and electronic media, for their support in reinforcing the democratic values. I am extremely confident that the voters' confidence in courage and enthusiasm that was on display in the first two phases will be matched or rather exceeded in the last phase of election due on November 7th, 2020. This year, Election Commission of India is organizing an international virtual election visitor program for Bihar election from November 5th to 7th November 2020. This 3 days event is being organized under the aegis of the India AWEF Center and International Cooperation Division of the Election Commission of India. In this electors visitor program, we have invited participants from 43 countries and the 3 international bodies who will also participate in this event. In the 3 days event on 5th and 6th, we would be briefing them about the elections of India, and on 7th we would be showing the live streaming of the elections in Bihar to the entire global community. So India has always been a very proactive member of the international platforms and has been advocating sharing of resources and best practices in the interest and cause of democracy. So this is one more step in this direction. The Commission is very enthused by today's participation of the voters, and now I would request my colleagues to brief you specifically about their states and the specific domains. First of all, I request Mr. Chandrabhushan to brief you about the Bihar elections, followed by Mr. Sudeep Jain, who will brief you about the EVMs and VVPATs, and further I'll request Ashish Kundra to brief you about the IT initiatives taken up by the Election Commission of India. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, friends. In Bihar today, we had elections in 94 assembly constituencies spread over in 17 districts, and it was conducted at 41,362 polling stations, which were situated at 18,823 polling station locations. And today it was for total number of electors 2 crore 85 lakhs electors, and this was possible. This was made possible at the level of polling station by more than 1,90,000 our polling personnel, 3,260 micro observers. We had 3,044 sector officers. Then we also created 246 super sectors, 328. We had static surveillance teams, flying squad teams, 354. So this was today's arrangement. Also, we included today 3,712 webcasting arrangements at the polling station level. More than 1,500 booths were covered with the videography separately. Taking the first phase action, and now in the state of Bihar, we have elections. We have conducted elections in 31 districts. Bihar has 38 districts in total, and the elections in 8 districts, which were conducted in second phase first time, they will also go for elections in third phase, and then 7 other districts. So total 15 districts will have polls in third phase. Number of ACs already now we have covered 165 out of 243 assembly constituencies, and total number of polling stations where the poll has been conducted is more than 72,700. Number of electors who were eligible to participate, now it is almost close to 5 crore in total, and our polling personnel who were involved in these elections were more than 3,22,000. I would like to share a few more data. In these elections today, in second phase, we had 1,463 candidates contesting the election, and out of those 494 were having the criminal antecedents. Polling stations which we created, our Bihar team created, 634 polling stations were categorized as model polling stations, and 932 polling stations were all women managed polling station. So it means all our women officials, they manage those polling stations in the state of Bihar. Also during this particular period, altogether 420 cases of model code of conduct violations in these second phase has been noticed. Poll has been supervised also by our 2 special expenditure observers. 47 general observers, 15 police observers, and 25 expenditure observers during phase 2. I will also share few data related to seizure issue because expenditure management is very important component for our overall election management. And in Bihar, total seizure which has been reported till today morning has been 65.22 crore rupees, which is, if you see in the comparison to 2019 general election for the Lok Sabha, it was 16.68 crores, and in 2015 assembly elections it was 23.81 crores. So already it has jumped for more than 100% from the 2015 figure related to seizures made in Bihar till date. Also, today we had by-elections in some of the states, and in those states the seizure has been more than 30 crore in terms of expenditure management till today. So this is from my side, sir, at present.
Okay. Thank you. Sudeep, would you like to brief about the EVM VVPAT and also about MP and the other states which come under your jurisdiction?
Thank you, sir. Good evening, friends. I'll quickly give an update on the polls that were conducted today in Madhya Pradesh, where 28 assembly constituencies and 19 districts went for a by-poll. This covered 63.67 lakh voters. There were 333 candidates with 22 female candidates who were contesting. Polling was conducted in 9,361 polling stations, out of which 3,038 were classified as critical polling stations, 1,876 micro-observers and 1,973 webcasts and CCTV were put in place. Lot of work was done by the DOs, SPs and their teams in the preparation to the polls, and 1,52,538 licensed weapons were deposited. In the expenditure management, what my colleague Chandrabhushan just mentioned, from the by-poll states, Madhya Pradesh itself had a seizure of 23.42 crore. One case of paid news has been reported, and 1,137 MCC violation cases have been observed, where FIRs have been filed in 447 cases. Amongst the poll today went smoothly, peacefully, without any problems across these 19 districts and these 28 ACs, but for a couple of minor incidents. One incident of firing was reported in district Morena in 5 Samoli AC near polling station 241 at a distance of around 800 meters. One local resident was hurt and 3 persons have been arrested. However, the polling went on smoothly there. Another incident of air firing by an unknown, unidentified person was reported in Bhind, in 12 Mehgaon, near polling station 102-103. However, here again polling was not disturbed and continued peacefully. There was a boycott that was done by the electors of polling stations 7 and 8 in district Shivpuri in AC 24 Pohri. They boycotted demanding compensation for construction of Karketa Dam. And there had been a minor incident of smashing of a control unit of the EVM in polling station 39, again in Mehgaon Assembly constituency of district Bhind. Apart from this, the overall EVMs that were deployed in Bihar as well as in these 54 assembly constituencies. In Bihar, out of 60,240 ballot units, 41,362 control units and 41,362 VVPATs, the replacement due to EVMs not working was only 0.36% in ballot units, 0.37% in control units and 1.31% in VVPATs. With respect to the bipole ACs in the 10 states, again out of 23,250 ballot units, 19,583 control units, 19,583 VVPATs, the replacement was only 0.4% in BUs, ballot units, 0.37% in control units, and 1.80% in VVPATs, which is a very good performance, primarily based on a lot of good training which was given by the district officials to all these polling teams and very quick replacements that took place in the field. Thank you.
Ashish, would you like to contribute and say about the IT initiative, also anything about the by-elections?
On the IT applications, first of all, I would like to inform everybody that the voter turnout application of Election Commission for the first time is providing real-time turnout of by-elections apart from the assembly elections in Bihar. Secondly, we have used Booth app which is capturing data directly from the polling station in 3 states, in Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Nagaland, and in 6 ACs with more than 2,000 polling stations. And this was providing us real-time data from the polling station directly. Apart from this, we have deployed an application for expenditure monitoring, which captures the expenditure of candidates or public meetings, posters, banners, vehicles and all that. And the voter helpline app, we have created an interactive platform, and just as a means of voter engagement, people who have cast their votes can click selfies and post them on through this app with a message which they want to convey, and this is available for public view as well. Thank you very much. The by-election in Haryana in one constituency went on peacefully without any incident.
Updated vote
Okay,
percentage.
would you like to give the update of the polling percentage?
So the polling percentage is a dynamic function. It is still not closed. Right now, the overall percentage is 53.51% in Bihar. In Chhattisgarh, it is 71.99%. In Gujarat, it is 57.98%. In Haryana, it was 68%. In Jharkhand, it was 62.51%. In Karnataka, it was 51.3%. In Madhya Pradesh, it was 66.37%. In Nagaland, it was 83.69%. In Odisha, it was 68.08%. In Telangana, it was 81.44%. In UP, it was 51.57%. And this is, if we combine the figures of phase 1 and phase 2, the current estimates, they are fairly close to the assembly election of 2015, and of course the final numbers are still trickling in, but the 5 o'clock figure which we have, the combined phase 1, phase 2 figure is 53.79% of the ACs which have gone to poll. For the comparable ACs, in 2015, the number was 55.35%. But we are expecting these numbers will go up in the course of the next half an hour or so.
Thank you, Ashish. For comprehensive briefing about Bihar elections, Chief Electoral Officer Bihar will also brief the media at 7:15 p.m. By that time, all the updates which come to our knowledge, that will be shared with you. Now.